So my name's Brison. I'm actually from Rome. Moved up to Cartersville in 2001. Went to Cass Middle School, graduated from Cass High. I was in ROTC. Went on into the Army 2008. After basic training, I came back. I finished my senior year of high school. 2009, I went back to AIT. I came back. 2010, I joined the sheriff's office to make a change. I grew up in a rough neighborhood in Rome, and when we moved up here, I was still in a rough neighborhood. Being young as I was and seeing the violence and stuff like that, I really wanted to, help the youth. You know, the drug activity that I saw, I wanted to, take part of that and taking it off the street.
So as far as the work environment, did you feel uncomfortable going to work every day? Were you ever a target? Were there everything said while you were at work where you just knew you couldn't say anything about it because A, you lose your job, which you love so much?
Yeah, at days I did feel as if it was a little uncomfortable. Walking in, the major saying, oh, black people cooking is this, or hey, I went to the group home and I'm trying to get these 3 little black boys to come and work out in the yard. I remember a conversation that the lieutenant had that they were at McDonald's right after Cartersville 70, and a black female handed the major his drink, and he turned around and he told the lieutenant that, after this Cartersville 70 stuff, I just don't like black people anymore. And that was relayed to me because the lieutenant felt as if that should have been addressed, and he again took it to his upper management, and nothing was ever done about it.
So like with something being that big, because it's not like just a certain group of black people. He said after the Cartersville 70, I just really don't care for or like black people. So in your mind, you have to feel like at the end of the day, whatever you have with that person that you work with isn't real. It's not a real family work environment.
Yeah, oh yeah, it really wasn't a family environment, and everybody needed attention. Everybody in the office, they knew how he felt. He was not afraid to share his opinion on black people.
With that being such a touchy subject with everyone, especially with someone who has that type of power, what do you fear the most for black people in that community?
I feared the most that being in his position, he has a lot of power, and the racism that shows as a leadership of that community when we're supposed to protect and serve. I feel as if that he has too much power and he's not afraid to use it, and it shows. This case went to the news. All of this, the Cartersville 70, it blew up pretty big. And the comments that he said, the comments that were brought up from him and upper management that met at the war room, that's a lot of power, and I just don't think that it's right.
Did you take any of it personal?
I did. Some of it I did take personal. I really did. The Cartersville 70, I took it very personal because I truly believe that you know, if it was anybody else, it wouldn't have happened, but it was a time to shine, and the major made that decision to become public and, you know, acknowledge that the fact that I've done it, you know,
So being a part of that whole situation, how do you feel being classified in that whole group? You know, as far as being a police officer, you in the back of your mind know that you feel a certain way, but you know at the end of the day, you can't necessarily say what's on your mind, so you just have to sit there and take it. How do you feel at the end of the day after the Cartersville 70, something like that?
you know, I really feel, I feel bad about it, but you know, there's nothing that you can actually do about it. Other than, you know, go home and, you know, don't mention it, and everything's held in, really. I mean, when I got home, I never talked about anything that happened at work. You know, if we did, you know, if you ever said anything that happened at work, the major would actually tell you that, you know, if anything's said, then you'd be fired over it. And I mean, that was brought up a few times, numerous times. Working on patrol, I never saw anything illegal, what, you know, money-wise. Been at the task force. I would say that, you know, a ski trip happened. A bunch of the guys went up on a ski trip, and you know, the major of the task force actually used the county card for personal reasons, paying off stuff, food, and stuff like that. He did go to a car dealership often to get cars that he said was for investigative purposes, and actually he used them for his own personal reasons. He talked about, or he told the dealership that, hey, we're doing this investigation, can I get a car? And then you would see that car was actually used for his personal gains. That ski trip was also, that truck was a rental from a dealership that he used to go up to that trip. All right, so another thing that I'm not, you know, really proud of is I witnessed, you know, the major of the task force tell his secretary that, hey, record the same amount of hours that this other agent is performing, or he's the same amount of time that he was doing every day. GCIC, he would ask that the secretary of the drug task force, he would ask her to do all of his GCIC research, and she would. I mean, she'd done it, and you know, that goes back to that posting of what happened on social media about a week ago. Him and a city officer had a minor dispute between each other. The task force asked for everyone to take off and go to the lake. The major did, and the city agent advised that he didn't want to, you know, go out to the lake because he was being paid that day. And the major called everybody in the office, and he told everyone that, hey, since this agent is not going out, then everybody has to work today.
What made you want to come out and do this video?
I just I saw stuff on social media that was posted out, and I felt that it was time for me to let everybody know what's, you know, the social media part is far way beyond like what's really going on, and it's just to cover up a lot of stuff that's actually going on at the sheriff's office.
Right. So there's a deeper meaning in everything that's going on too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You know, in the back of your mind, you can't really say anything. Nothing will really be done. Do you feel bad about being a part of that group? Do you feel as proud as being a police officer on the force?
I don't feel proud of it, but I think I've done the right thing. The things that I saw, I went to, upper management that was on my level, my chain of command, which was a lieutenant for the city of Cartersville. I went to him and I addressed certain issues that I saw that was going on, and he took it to his upper management, which was the city of Cartersville, and the city of Cartersville asked for certain information, however it was hidden. City of Cartersville asked about funding that was going on, and the city and the county, they kind of split up at that point when it was time for auditing the drug task force. We met in at the Masonic, close to Center Road, and discussed that we were actually splitting up from the city and the county. The county and the city were splitting up. And a few days later, they ended up saying, hey, the city asked for an audit, and we're actually coming back together on it.
So talk to me about the CI and the agent that you were telling me about before.
So, and I made that post about the agent and the CI. A phone call was recorded. A supervisor was in the room when the phone call happened, and the phone call was referenced to an agent sleeping with a CI. Instead of actually taking it to the sheriff's office, the major covered it up. Went to a friend of his that is a investigator for the federal government and asked for him to do the investigation instead of IA. And he was cleared from it, and we were told that if we spoke about it, we would be terminated. If we spoke about it, we'd be sent back to the jail.
After experiencing so many downfalls as far as things not actually being done about certain things, I know that you said you feel like nothing can be done, but what would you like to see being done once this is out?
What I would like to see is, I would like to see the DA's office and the GBI to conduct an investigation on the major Bartow Cartersville Drug Task Force. And I would like to see the agent that was sleeping around with 2 CIs investigated, prosecuted, because it's not right. That's what I would like to see.